Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Gryoga Games Invitationals monthly tournament. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts. Alongside, I forgot the nickname.
Canuck?
Canuck.
Yeah.
I think it's a seal. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, it's Felix. We're watching a match here between Calvin Chu on the left-hand side and Sheikh Amiruddin. Sheikh is a Gryoga Games Invitational 2017 participant. He made it through the Rookie of the Year placing. So yeah, been pretty good.
Yeah.
What has happened to our stream? Yeah, looks like. Yeah, bye Facebook. I'm sorry. We're gonna end the broadcast on Facebook because. Join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/GryogaGames. That's I'm giving you a fair warning because it's totally black on our side. We can't see anything, so we're going to switch over to Twitch. But anyway, the other table, we're watching Wu Yikai and Felix Leong. Also, Yikai is a Gryoga Games 2017 Invitationals participant. He made it because he was second place in SQ2. Yeah, the seasonal qualifier 2. So
with two very strong teams playing in this round.
Yeah.
Kevin Chu obviously has a very strong resume at Platinum Pro. I think he's piloting his trusty Bant Coco deck to the tournament. And Sheik is playing presumably MonoGreen Tron.
Yeah, looks like maybe green-black Tron or MonoGreen Tron. We'll see. But green, like Tron, has many different flavors. So I won't be surprised if Sheik is playing. Might be playing like Tron Drazi as well, green-black Eldrazi Tron.
This matchup actually favors Sheik quite a bit for game one. Especially that he does have Assemble Tron on turn 4. For Calvin's side, he really need to have a very quick combo finish if he has the Knight of Reliquary plus
what's that?
The Coral Ram or Ram of Coral? Yeah.
Retreat to Coral Helm. That's the one.
Retreat to Coral Ram, yes.
Yeah.
If he does not assemble that quick enough, then there's a spell that Tron is casting is just so much more powerful compared to what Calvin is doing.
Ever dish out, right? And we see Sheik just cast a Khan there, take out your land, and no Noble Hierarch, which means that he can't get rid of the Khan just yet. And I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll ever be able to get rid of that Khan because, like, it takes up +4, man. Like that's hard to beat. Like next turn is going up to 5. 5 loyalty counters, and with Sheik here, he's got Oblivion Stone on the battlefield, so he doesn't have to worry. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all your stuff soon. So Sheik here in a pretty commanding lead. And at 20 life, so...
I mean, the fact that he have Tron right now, or turn 4, it's just so much mana advantage.
Hands up in the chat, anybody who really despises Tron right now. It's so difficult to play against Tron. Like you see, I don't play that much Modern anymore. I just watch other people play. But when I watch people play, and like you Tron on turn 3, a part of me just dies inside. Like,
it's clearly not what it's meant for the format. And unfortunately, there isn't a lot of the more fair grinding decks that can do to even if you try to like landy them, they just play so much land search. Eventually they're going to just get there with so you have to really able to apply
pressure. You got to apply pressure and disrupt their strategy at the same time. Great. Ooh, just going to put a fake counter on that Khan. You got to disrupt them, presumably using discard or counter spells or or something along those lines. and at the same time deal lots of damage. So yeah, I think it might be relevant that the cards are exiled and by Khan in a specific way.
Like Calvin's only real chance right now is to Coco into Collecting Company into something that is really strong. But
Or combo like the just.
but right now it's looking very bleak.
Okay.
Especially that Oblivion Stone has put a fate counter on Karn as well.
Yeah.
Meaning that it could, he could just blow up the world and still able to save Karn.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad news, bears, man. So gonna activate his Relic of Progenitors, and presumably this turn he's just going to use the Oblivion Stone, just blow up the entire board, leave Kelvin with close to nothing, and still more Tron lands. Sure, why not? I have infinite mana right now. Gonna threaten your Khan. Goes down to 1, passes the turn. Maybe blows it up right now. Nope.
It's actually okay since if Kevin did play the 4th land, then I might not want to blow up the Oblivion Stone as well.
Right. Okay. You might want to wait for the
yeah.
Collector Company to hit the battlefield, and then just blow up everything. Oh, I like Shake's sleeves. These are, I believe, what's her name? Not her name. Sorry, Johannes Voss. His name. I think these are the sleeves from him. Wow, goodness. Second Oblivion Stone, and like Kelvin just scoops it up. Not much reason for you to keep playing beyond that.
It is just nothing that series of draws that Kelvin can have to really come out from that. After sideboard, it's a little bit more interesting. Kelvin potentially have some Stony Silences.
Yeah.
But
even Stony Silence just slows down your opponent, right?
Yes.
Like it doesn't stop your opponent from doing all the really nasty things that they want to do.
So what he really wants to do is to just find a very aggressive opening and with some disruption throw in there and just trying to take the game before you get out of reach and the powerful threats from Tron that just comes online.
Yeah. Okay, so looking at our other table is Felix. Well, I haven't changed the names. Felix Leong versus Wu Yikai.
Calvin can potentially, most of them does run some sort of counterspell on their sideboard.
Oh yeah,
Rather it is Unify Will or maybe Distinguishable Stroke. So I think the matchup does get significantly better after sideboard. But again, as always, when you're playing against like a semi combo deck, like going over the top decks, just having disruption is not enough. You always need to have
the threat. You need to have the clock.
Clock plus disruption. Yeah.
So it's very tough. I mean, it's really tough for decks to be able to do that. Like, you're spending your turn casting a creature. Even if you're casting like a Tarmogoyf or a Dark Confidant, you're always restricted by your mana.
Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas Tron, all they have to do is just lay 3 lands, and now I've got a hell lot of mana than you. I've gone from turn 2 to turn 7, and now you've got to deal with everything that I'm just going to just going to pile out. It doesn't always have to be a Khan. Even if it's an Ulamog, it's 100 times worse because the Ulamog doesn't even have to resolve for me to get rid of 2 of your things.
Yep.
So, yeah, man, and if an Ugin resolves, oh, jeez. Kelvin's deck, I think, maximum casting cost is 3. Even the retreat to Coral Helm is 3. So, yeah. Yeah, on the other side, the other side of the table, Felix and Ikai, well, they've ended their round 1 already, and they're shuffling it up. Let's go over to them because I don't think Sheikh and Kelvin will be done anytime soon.
I do think they're playing the Affinity Mirror again. Game 1 is just whoever able to
just dump their
hand and have a faster start. The card that actually really do matters a lot is Steel Overseer. That
Right,
is a card
okay.
that really matter in game 1, less so in game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But again, this is very interesting for after sideboard games, because I think both deck tends to slow down a little bit, try to slow down each other to build up a board.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see like the hyper aggression that you do see in game 1. There's a lot more control elements. Yeah, the Girapur. I mean, we saw it in the last game. Girapur Aether Grid. Going to be, going to be very useful. Z Felix, getting advice from Kelvin about his hand, and does end up mulliganing as well as Ikai. So they're going to go down 6. We are going to go back to Kelvin's table. And are they ready to go? Kevin here thinking really hard to keep. That's a stack of 7, and he does.
It's very tough, especially on Calvin's side, that he didn't keep a hand with 1 drop.
Yeah,
when he does need to put some pressure against Tron.
Like early on, right? Like you wanna go like turn 2, turn 1 mana dog, turn 2, Knight of Reliquary, and then turn 3 just retreat to Core Helm, and I'm gonna kill you right now.
Yeah.
Ideally, of course, but that's not always the case. So let's see. He does draw the Birds of Paradise this turn.
So if I'm intrigued, then seeing how Kelvin started the game, my instinct would be reading that he kept a hand maybe with a counter or maybe with a Coco. Most likely have a counter in his hand to able to keep that type of hand. Because otherwise it would be a very loose keep to keep something that has no early presence without any interaction as well, or just playing some creature turn 2 turn 3 and hope that that's able to enough to raise your big mana.
Yeah, that's true. They're pretty good about that. Looks like Spatial Distortion gonna take care of a Meddling Mage. Yeah, Meddling Mage is one of those disruption and provides some form of clock. Even though it's a 2/2, like you just have to get in damage. You just have to keep getting in damage, because at the end of the game, you're gonna cast a Coco. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be it's gonna disrupt your opponent quite a lot. And then we see Spell Queller as well, another form of disruption and a clock. But is it enough? Let's see. Turn 4, no Coco, but instead it's a Knight of the Reliquary. And does Shake find the final piece? Yeah, it looks like. I know as a caster I'm supposed to memorize all the arts for all the cards. But these Tron lands, man, they always get me. They always get me, because one of them, like, I don't even remember which expansion. One is a tower that's actually one looks like a tower, but it's actually a mine. One looks like a mine, but it's actually a power plant. And it's like
that might be like Chronicles.
Chronicles,
I don't know. Yeah, because
they must have mixed up the art.
Because the 8th edition ones are standardized. There's no different arts for it.
Yeah.
But the Chronicles and the Antiquities ones are the one that's
have like 3 different arts.
And it's even more annoying when people play with foreign language cards, and then you have to guess or just have to like
you have to memorize. As a player,
do
yourself a favor. Go back home. Actually, go and memorize what they look like.
Or always ask the judge. I mean, always ask the judge. Yeah. If you're not sure.
But yeah, man, it always trips me out, because we can't see. I mean, like, just like you at home, we can't see what the names on the cards are, no matter how high resolution the camera gets. It was streaming, we're technically streaming at 1080p. And even if you go like higher definition, you'll never read what it says on the card. So, which is why we have stuff like this.
This is a pretty precarious position right now for Calvin, where Sheik play a Oblivion Stone, that threatened to blow up his board. So, but unfortunately, right now he just doesn't have enough of a clock to just not
start adding stuff,
exactly,
right,
yeah.
to the board.
So, and especially not facing Tron mana on the other side.
Yeah.
So I think one of the potential line that Calvin is contemplating is rather he wants to play a Jace just to brainstorm to add some cards.
Mm-hmm.
This by doing so, it means that it is forcing Shriek or giving him a very high incentive to not develop his own board and just use
And just
O's
blow up
domain
the-
turn to blow up the board.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, can he do it now? Yeah, he can do it now. He's got mine and
He got 4 mana.
Oh, no.
So he
Yeah,
takes
he's only got
5
4 mana,
to
yeah, yeah.
to blow it up. Yeah.
so yeah. I mean, like that would basically force Shake's hand, presumably.
So Kevin did a very smart play. He uses one of his mana before he sacrificed the land. So this way, if Sheik is going to blow up right now, he can follow up with 4 mana to play a Jace Mind Sculptor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Looks for the Ghost Quarter and it is indeed gonna blow up Calvin's lands. Sorry, Shake's lands. But Shake also floats 4 points of, you know.
So what happened was,
Now the reliquary. Now the
oh,
reliquary.
so both players, the mana that float, nothing happened.
Yep.
So now it was interesting because Calvin knowing that he floated mana, he didn't want to expose his Jays there. So now he's just adding something else on the board.
Wait, he laid a land this turn already, right?
No, I don't think he played it yet because last turn he went turn 3 Spellcaller, turn 4 Knight.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now
okay.
yeah.
So now Jason Mind Sculptor hits the battlefield. We maybe Shake here doesn't have a land. Hopefully, that's what Kelvin's hoping for. Oh, that's another Jace. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we were saying on Wednesday, like, if you're playing blue, like, you should be playing Jace Mind Sculptor.
Yeah,
either in the main board or
yeah,
sideboard.
it's just like very very powerful.
Like, why wouldn't you? You're doing it wrong. You're not playing Jace Mind Sculptor. What? So that's now. Oh man. So here we go. 5 mana. Presumably gonna blow it up this turn. Yep. And he's gonna get to cast his Ancient Stirrings. Is that one core engine? Yes, it is. But he needs another land. So I think he top decked the forest. I think so.
So that's a Field of Runes going into his hand, which is relevant.
Yeah. The Gavany Township is actually quite a strong play. There we go. Getting extra clues out of the Tireless Tracker. Tireless Tracker, man, for the life of me, I do not like this card, but apparently it does very well. It does good stuff. So
yeah, like most people would not thought that, or most of us would not have thought that it would be making impact in modern. But evidently, it's very very grindy, very good.
Yeah.
It plays very well with fetch land.
Yeah. I was so wrong. I'm so wrong. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you actually came to this stream to get like good insight into cards and like what to buy and stuff like that, you're on the wrong stream. You're here to sit back and relax with us as we watch other people play, play Magic. No Tron land yet on Shake's side, but there is a credible threat here on Calvin's side of the table. Okay, cool. This member does get rid of that threat. And we're back to nobody having anything on their board.
As much as kind of Calvin looks ahead right now, it's as soon as Streak top deck the final Tron pieces, everything will just kind of like spiral out of control. So Calvin can potentially play a Jace here, but all Jace will be doing is either you brainstorm and then try to find more threats, but you're not winning the damage. You're not progressing a board to put a clock on Sheik.
Yeah.
So
decides to try to find more threats on the board.
It's also potentially that Calvin can start using the face seal ability to stop Shriek from from finding the Tron land, but there's just so many redundant pieces. Not just the land itself. There's different scrying. There's also like ancient Sterling that they can really go through.
Expedition map, and even simple things like chromatic star, chromatic sphere, helps you, helps you just cycle through the deck a little more. Ends up with a what's that card called?
That's Force of Resurgence.
Force of Resurgence, yeah.
So I think what Calvin is doing is that he wants to hold up some sort of counter magic, so that he can continue to develop threats and also have a counter magic backup too to deal with any potential big stuff that's coming from Sheik's Tron deck.
Sheik here just plays the land, passes the turn. And yeah, not under any real duress from the Voice of Resurgence here. Maybe Calvin wants to follow up with something else.
The fact that Calvin has all 6 mana up, that really symbolizes perhaps he has Collected Company in his hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Or counter spell, or both. Or both. Presumably Calvin wants to play, something like negates, bring in something like negates from the sideboard if the rest of his team doesn't have negates. So I wonder if the other table is done. No, they're not. They're still good. They're still at it. Cool. Okay.
The thing about Tron is that even if they doesn't have Tron, and if you're not putting enough pressure to them, they naturally just hit like 7-8 lands and then start casting their big game-ending threats.
Yeah. So you got to do something, and indeed Calvin is trying to do something about it. Expedition map here does get countered. Unified Will gets rid of the expedition map, and Sheik just scoops it up. So. No gas from Sheik's side. That would have been interesting if he like expedition map, get it countered, and then what's his name? One coil engine, and then
But I think Calvin has a Jace in hand, so he can just bounce it up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
probably the best. I think she has 7 or 8 mana at that time. I think it was
would be the best.
So. Yeah, Ugin would not have enough. I think he's missing 1 land to
cast at Ugin, and then or like to try to bait out something from.
So I think he has.
Calvin.
Yeah, I think he has exactly 7 land at that time. So, like the fact that the map, the fact that the map got countered, there wasn't enough. Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look at the other side of the table. There's Felix Leong and Ui Kai. Felix, of course, just came back from Pro Tour Bilbao, I believe so. And they were playing for Team Grey Ogre Games with Jin Hao. Wow, that side of the table, like, team, I don't know if this is Team Tasapao or Team, who's Kelvin? What's Kelvin Chu's team name?
Team CSB.
No, that's Team Tasapao.
Yeah, that's.
Then what's Sheik's team name?
I don't know actually.
Team Glory Bringer. No, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that team. Felix Leong just came back from Pro Tour Bilbao. Same with Kelvin Chu, just came back from Pro Tour Bilbao, but he's not part of Team Grey Ogre Games, unfortunately.
Oh wow, they're both playing Infinity.
Yeah. And on the other side of the table, there's Jin Hao, Tei Jin Hao, our own, Grey Ogre, and also part of Team Grey Ogre Games. So yeah, this is like star-studded team, star-studded cast of players. Oh, Wear and Tear. I like that card. Wear and Tear is awesome.
Interesting that Felix is still operating out of no lands. Yeah.
Felix has no lands? What?
Which is not a very good sign. I mean, obviously, having no lands is not a good sign, but we're already progressing in the mid game. So
yeah,
eventually, he's going to start drawing some lands, and at this point, really like you just want to be able to add more to the board.
Okay.
So Yaki just play Ashbound Ravager here, Arcbound Ravager here, and I think the plan right now is to try to slowly poison Felix out,
Yeah.
and maybe wait for opportunity where he taps out, and then you can go all in to put him in like a 1 or 2 turn clock.
Yeah.
But he's in no hurry to do anything right now beyond just pressing with his flyers.
Yeah, well, I don't think he should be attacking with the Mem Knight right now, but who knows? All right, we're going to go back to Kelvin's side of the table. If you're just joining us, you are watching the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals monthly tournament, and this month it's Team Unified Modern, which we don't get a lot of team events in Singapore, like full stop. We just don't. So that's unfortunate. But the winner of this, the entire team gets enough points to qualify for the seasonal qualifier, which will be next month.
Yeah. Am I?
I don't know.
Yeah, it will be next month.
I haven't been playing, so I haven't
Actually,
gotten
no,
any.
what's the funny thing? Like,
Your mic's not on.
Oh.
That's the funny thing. Okay, but anyway, yes.
I'm not qualified for next season's seasonal qualifier.
Why?
Like, there's not enough points, and I can't play next season's seasonal qualifier.
Oh,
Because
too bad.
I'm going for GP, so
Oh well.
yeah. So I guess like probably taking a break from playing this like invitational things. Like,
Aren't you supposed to be taking a break from playing Magic? Full stop.
no, like
Yeah, you did.
watching people play like got me hype back up. Yeah, especially the modern PT was so exciting. Like
Mm.
yeah.
I agree. Anyway, no more high round on Kelvin's side, but no
One game
follow
one
up,
here.
which means
It's 1-1.
yeah, it's 1-1.
right now.
Right.
This is
Forgot
like
to
an
update the
ideal
score.
start for Calvin, where he gets to start with a Mana Dork.
Yeah,
Um,
and
this
then
really
we got Spell
open-
Queller. And Spell Queller is
He needs to go for an aggressive Queller this matchup. Because I played against him as well. I beat him. I beat him 2-1, but my team lost, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah, doesn't matter.
this matchup was okay. Kelvin was very unfortunate when he played against because he was just stuck on lands.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah,
know,
but the Jace Mice Sculptor really good because he can helps you to smooth out your collected company.
smooth out your collector company. Yeah, that brainstorm ability is very relevant in this case. Not sure whether Kelvin wants to shoot out another Spell Queller, but he chooses not to.
No, he's holding a quarterback in case Shakes gets the Oblivion Ring. The Oblivion
Yeah.
Stone, so
Old Stone is it's going to be quite damaging to Kelvin's side of the board, but so is Ugin.
and with the unified build that the Chu has in his sideboard, it's going to be quite devastating, like for Shake. Especially like when I play against Chu did not have any like 2 drops or anything, like not as aggressive as like what Chu is doing right now. So like I think this matchup might favor Chu because of the sideboard.
Right. Yeah, we saw Shake just steal the game like in game 1 like quite easily, quite handily, with like double Oblivion Stone.
Yeah.
But right now we don't see Shake. We don't see any action on Shake's side. He doesn't have any
It is even
real
possible that Calvin could side out some number of collected company, just because when you start siding in so many non-creature cards, your fail rate is actually like very high with
so
with
collecting
company.
is not very good.
Yeah, he might cut out. Or he might cut out Jace, because Jace is slightly slower in this matchup.
No, he brought in the Jace. I think if you got enough disruption, okay, so like we were saying earlier, Kelvin's job, especially or anybody's job against Tron or like some combo deck is to provide a clock at the same time. You have to you have to put out some disruption. So Meddling Mage is a great way to disrupt your opponent, as well as Spell Queller.
And then we have the Shake firing out the Spatial Contortion against the Spell Queller. On the
Bang! This is
I like the card. I really like the card.
Spell Queller going down. Nope.
No.
Spell Queller, second Spell Queller hits the battlefield.
Yeah.
No second Spatial Contortion here from.
And Shake only has the tower. He doesn't have a mine or
Yeah.
like a. Wow,
Oh,
3
triple
tower.
tower.
Oh,
I
is
think
this a
this
one
is
coin?
One coin engine.
Okay, but I don't think it's going to be useful because like a Reflector Mage just like, oh, okay, you can cast it 2 turns later, or Path to Exile, like just.
Or even just a Jace bounce, which we know that it is
It's
in
coming
Calvin's
right
hand.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't.
There we go.
think,
Jason Mind Sculptor bounce your. Man, Jason Mind Sculptor, very very powerful card. We haven't come to a point in the meta game where people have been changing their deck to beat a Jace. Like Jace has just been introduced into the metagame. People are not playing the Dread Boss, not playing, just more Planeswalker removal, just straight up Planeswalker removal. So
how much is it to bounce the Worm Coil? Is it one?
-1.
It's -1,
Yeah.
so
Oh, he
you
has
can
like
you can do it 3
three
times.
ammos to
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, plus he's got another Jace in hand, so
Yeah, sweet. Oh wow, he's opting for the Brainstorm.
It's possible because he have a second copy, so he
Oh.
just want to get some.
He might have a
yeah.
Reflector Mage just to
Or
bounce.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he might. Okay, Reflector Mage is like really my favorite.
I suspect you don't keep that card in after sideboard, just because most of Tron's threats are not creatures.
Yeah.
And these days they don't play 4 Worm Core anymore. They play like 2 copies
They
or
play
something
three,
like
like,
yeah,
yeah.
2 to 3, not
Two, yeah.
too many copies to hit.
not the full
Yeah.
not the full suite of Worm Coil engines.
Uh-huh. But the fact that that Calvin brainstorms probably means he have a second copy of Jace. So you want to brainstorm first to see what options you have. So maybe you don't need to use the Jace ability to bounce, but that's exactly what happened where
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
and
Yeah,
Shake sees the writing on the wall, and yeah,
Like, what kind of hand did Shake kick? Like, did he mulligan?
yeah. He didn't mulligan, but I think the hand's not like fast enough to battle to battle Calvin, because Calvin started off with turn 1 Noble Hierarch and then turn 2 immediately Spell Queller the
So I guess he didn't give Shake to look for his pieces.
expedition map. Yeah. Okay, we are going off for a break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes time, so don't go away. Just want to remind you that you can join us on the stream every Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Singapore time, and Friday nights as well if you like Final Fantasy. I know I do. But if you miss it all, we upload everything to youtube.com/GreyOgreGames. It will be there forever or until YouTube shuts down, or until the heat death of the universe. It will be there forever and ever. It will never leave. Yeah, we'll be right back. See you guys.